Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for Monday through Thursday, December 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now, you know that when I'm doing the week, Monday through Thursday, I am going to be using these Radley Valentine decks. This is my Archangel Power Tarot cards, and this is my Guardian Angel Tarot cards. Now, I will also be using my Emily Anderson Crystal deck and my Inspirational Wisdom from Angels and Fairies, written by Frances Monroe, right? Yep. And artwork by Judy Mastrangelo. Now, this is just the this is the introduction. You will see this tagged on to all the videos. So if you want to bypass or if you want to cross-watch, however you want to do it, down there you should have a timestamp and it will bypass the introduction. I hope you watch the introduction at least one time. Also, remember to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. It really has been making a major difference. More and more people have been seeing the videos, so thank you. Please keep doing that. You keep me on. Okay, but for those who bypass, I'll see you at the main readings. Now, this is the universal reading. This is the overall reading, what's going on in the world. This is also I'm going to be using my Rider-Waite deck and my Osha Zen Tarot deck. Now, we're also going to go and look at what is going on with the planets per se on the 6th of December. Now, they're always interesting, and the more I learn, the more I know how much little I do know. So the more I know, I need to learn more. So on December 6th, we have Mercury, which is in Sagittarius, and it is going to be squared with Jupiter, which is in Pisces right now. They're both at that 29 degrees. So I'm not quite sure where we're going, because in just a little bit of time, Mercury is going to be entering into Capricorn, and just right at that same day, just a little bit of time from each other. So Sagittarius is very adventurous. Mercury is about our communications. It's about our electronics. And also, too, the other thing about Mercury, at the end of the month, it will be going retrograde. That will be the 4th retrograde for 2022. It happens, but it doesn't happen a lot. So Mercury has some real big play in the game right now. Mercury is something to watch. So how is it, adventure, Mercury, communications, squaring with Pluto. Now remember, squaring is a little bit, it's not necessarily opposing it, but it is putting a little more pressure on each of this. Jupiter, planet of largesse, Pisces, water energy, and that is all about, dreams and visions, things like that too. So that's squaring. However, like I said, Mercury will be going into Capricorn, earth energy, about your home, your life, tangible energy, your work energy. So you could be hearing maybe somebody could be going out for a job interview. It looks really, really positive. That squaring with Jupiter could be a very good sign, or it could be one of those times that the answer was not expected per se. Doesn't mean that it's negative. It just means, oh, I didn't see that coming. But then that Capricorn thing makes it more earthbound, makes it more reality. The interesting part for me, let me get there, is that Mercury crosses over what is called the galactic center, and that's 28-29 with Sagittarius. The galactic center, and again, like I said, the more I know, I don't know. This is the center of the Milky Way. This is the center of the universe. Or the galaxy. This is the center, and it has a very massive black hole. Not quite sure what we're doing with all of that, but it is something that's going to be a very, so communication could just change. There could be a major change in communication. So let's just put that out there. The 7th of December, and this is going to be Eastern time, we will have that full moon, and that will be 11:07 p.m. Eastern time. So it could be it could be in the evening on the 7th, or it could be in the morning of the 8th. It's right around there. So this is going to be, the full moon will be in Gemini. Now, I have heard the full moon being called an angry moon, because, Mars is retrograde in Gemini right now. I'm going to look at this. Now, yes, Mars is a warrior energy, warrior planet, but I'm going to look at this more as, because you have to think the warriors are also very strategic. So I'm going to think that this might be, there might be some very forceful energies with this planet or with this, what's going on here. But I'm going to think that there's going to be some strategy with this energy too. So it's not necessarily, even though it may look, maybe something looks like it's out of control, but I feel like it's more controlled than we think. Now the full moon is conjunct with Mars. So that actually, even though, conjunct with Mars, which is in, retrograde in Gemini, and conjuncting actually works together. It pushes it together. It is trining with Saturn, which is again a positive energy. Saturn in Aquarius, okay, there's our card for that one. Trining in Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, that's basically a positive thing too. Saturn, of course, illusion versus reality. So, we might be seeing something pop with the with Saturn. That full moon energy, again, full moon is squaring with Neptune in Pisces, and it is squaring also with Jupiter in Pisces. So there's a little more pressure put on with Neptune and Pisces, hidden energies. We will see what we will see. I have posted what I do here, what I'm looking at. I have posted that on my blog. Wasn't able to send out any links, but I'll try to get that to my Facebook and my Instagram and my YouTube channel also under community. And then we go to the 8th, where the Sun, Sagittarius, is opposing Mars, which is retrograde. So that's, like I said, opposing is opposing. It's like saying, don't like what you're doing here. So we have this thing with the full moon. Like I said, some people are calling it an angry full moon. I am looking at it as a very strategic full moon. I'm also looking at it as very, it may not necessarily make sense to us, okay? But again, full moons, I do not say to worship the full moons, but we are told to look to the heavens. There will be signs and wonders in heavens. So to look to them. But the thing about the full moon, it is a time, it does affect the earth. It does affect the people of the earth. It is a time where I look to release what's holding me back, relinquish what I don't need anymore, and request the stuff that I would like. Release, relinquish, and request. 3 days before, 3 days after, the moon energies are very strong. I look at it as a way, it is a divine creation. I look at it as a way to remind me to ask, to ask God, Source, Holy Spirit, whoever that is to you, hey, we need some help down here. Okay, so let's see. Remind you too that I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. So, that galactic, that center thing, that I have to look that up a little bit more. So here we go. Let's see what we've got here now. What higher power? Higher power. What the heck is going to happen? What is going on? What do we need to know? What's going on with the world, especially with this full moon energy all around us? Just a lot of stuff. And I know the fact that I was rushing through it like that means that to me, it means that it's going to be a very powerful energy for this full moon. Okay, here we go. 8s, remember, are about, unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. 7 is, to me, it is a divine number and divine interference, divine umbrella. So let's see what we've got here. I've got a card down here. When they fly. I have a card from Osha Zen Tarot, so we will put that here too. Let's see what we have now, our Rider-Waite cards. Here we go. The Hierophant. The Hierophant. Now, if you've been following me, you know this is not my favorite card. This is my rebellious card. This is the one that I say, I'm going to go the other way. The Hierophant is a 5, and that is some change energy, positive, negative. The Hierophant is very much with rules and regulations. I call this the business of government, the business of religion. This is one of those times, where you just feel like everything's, like you feel like you're in a straitjacket almost here. And, the Hierophant is one that I kind of say, when I see this, it's like, pay attention. Something's going to try to hold you down a little bit, and you may want to avoid it before it comes, or you might want to have your escape plan ready, okay? Something about the Hierophant. I know some people will say some readers will say the Hierophant brings you to your higher development. I do like that explanation. I just don't agree with that explanation. To me, the Hierophant is cringy. It's cringy. It's like, oh, no, 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 no. So when I see this, I'm like, exit stage right or left, whichever way you want to go. Next card is the Hermit. So we have two major arcana cards here. So the Hermit is a 9. You have everything you need. Let's wrap it up. The Hermit is one, and this is major arcana. So this is some strong universal energy going on for this week. The Hermit is step back. The Hermit is pray. The Hermit is meditate. The Hermit is connect with your higher power. It is not a time where we are around a lot of people. It's not a time where we are celebrating. It's not a real big party time, okay? Again, it's a time to step back and just pray, meditate. And the thing about the Hermit, though, the Hermit, is not, the Hermit's not cringing. The Hermit's not hiding. The Hermit actually is looking down, so there is a little bit of a, like, I'm not going to look up. I'm kind of bowing my head energy. But now he could be watching his path. He could be seeing, to find his true path. There is the light that he holds. It's not necessarily a light that's luminous. I mean, it's not really big, like big spotlight. And he does have his staff to help. But this is all about finding your path also. So, this between the two of these, not quite sure where we're going to go because, like I said, that this is not my favorite card, but it is a necessary card. It is a necessary message. This one is kind of step back. It's a good time to pray, meditate, and contemplate next steps. Okay? Next card is, now we face our fears. We are facing our fears. Something is going on where we face our fears. Now, this is a 15. So we have a 5, 9, and a 15. Now, 15 is 555. Change, change, change. 15 is a 10, which is transitional energy plus that 5. So we're moving into something to change. We can also take the 15, make it a 6. 1 plus 5 is a 6. And 6 is the number of man. It's the energies we put into something. So we get the Devil card. Now the Devil card is really, it's not as scary as it looks, except, just as, like I said, the Hermit, we need to do some reflection. And the Devil card is showing us some stuff that's not necessarily pleasing to us. You have to look at the card. We have the man and the woman. We have the man and the woman that they are in chains, but at the same time, at any moment, they can break those chains. They can break those bonds. This is the card where I tell you that, fear is a tool of the devil. It tries to hold you back. It tries to keep you from your divine destiny, okay? And I know what that's all about. I do know that. I have been there, done that type of thing, taking the safe route and not necessarily stepping out into that unknown path. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm never going to tell you to do that. And I will tell you it's always easier to get a job when you get a job. When you have a job. But the devil is about facing your fears. Do you stay where you're at and accept the fact that you're losing your humanity, or do you slip those chains and move on? So the devil energy is very very powerful, but the devil energy is only as powerful as you feed into it, okay? As you give it. So it looks like this full moon has a very strong energy. This week is a very strong energy. I do like, meditate, pray. It doesn't necessarily feel as positive as we would like it to be. However, it's a very cleansing energy, and it's, again, facing our fears, and slipping the bondage and moving out of that. Okay? Okay, now this is the card that when I was shuffling, and I had made a mistake of shuffling, well, it's never mistakes, right? Of shuffling my Osha Zen Tarot cards, and this one is the one that flew. So let us see what we have. Higher power. What is this one all about? I kind of Okay, so now we have a 7. We have a 7. This is patience. I believe this is also one of the major arcana cards too. Okay, so this is, there's a lot of fertility here. There's a lot of moon energy here. I'm trying to think of which one this would be, and you're going to tell me. 8 is strength, 6 is, oh, 7 generally is the chariot energy. So I'm not quite sure where these are all connecting here. I need to take a peek at this. I'm going to hold on a second while I take a look at this. No, it is not major arcana. It is, I get a little confused sometimes in which ones I'm following. I was thinking of John Holland's Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. But 7, again, is a divine number. 7 is a divine umbrella. There is a moon cycle here. There is all about patience. The woman is waiting to have her child. The woman, and a lot of times, hey, former labor and delivery nurse, and even though people will say there's no studies to prove this, the full moon does bring about new birth many a time, okay? So it is a lunar cycle. It is a lunar time. It could be, again, the full moon is right above her head. It is on the 7th, and Eastern time, the full moon will be on the 7th. So whatever's going on up here, it is, this is a card saying, reminding us patience. Kind of, is this connecting with that full moon too? You let me know. Okay, let me know what you say, what you think about this, the ones that do watch my introduction. Okay, so just want to let you know, I may be posting, posting an additional one before maybe Sunday or Monday. I bought some new cards, so I may unpack them for you, and we'll see where we go with that. But again, why don't we do the like, share, subscribe, clicking on the bell for notifications. Again, it's amazing, especially when you do that, how it does pop the channel. Okay, so I really appreciate it. Do not be afraid of any of this. Remember, no fear. We will just be strong. Patience. Okay. So let's start our videos. Hello, my Capricorn. So are you kind of getting yourself together and getting ready for your season? Because it's right around the corner from here now. So, Sagittarius is where it's kind of like getting prepared for your vacation or getting prepared for maybe a holiday. And it's where you get everything cleaned up and then you're ready. You're ready because it will then be your season and you're going to start something new. Again, Pluto will be going in and out. In 2023, it'll be going in and out of Aquarius. Come back to Capricorn a little bit, but then it'll go back. So things will be changing. Things will be lifting. There will be new thoughts, new ideas, and it'll be an interesting time for you, my Capricorns. I feel a positive energy for my Capricorns, my Cappies. But I love you, so maybe that's a little wishful thinking. Nah, we're going to say that's intuition. Okay, let's see what we've got. Higher power, what do you have for this full moon, though? This full moon, it's a big moon. It's a big moon, big energy moon. Let's see, for my Capricorns, what do we have here for my Capricorns? Oops. We've been having a few come up reversed. So let's see. Let's see what we've got for you. Okay, first card is the King of Raphael. Well, the King of Raphael, I do love the King because the King has gone through the turmoil, has gone through the ups and downs, has gone through the feeling of despair, feeling of how am I even going to go through this? How am I going to get through this? And what's happened with the King of Raphael, there's been a lot of spiritual reliance with the King of Raphael. This is the, and it is a male energy here. He has been riding the emotional roller coaster. So now, is this the continuance of that roller coaster, or is the roller coaster stopping and you're able to get off? I feel like it's more of a time where it's stopping and you're either going to continue your roller coaster or you're going to get off. Either way, I find that this is a time, not only you're going to continue your spiritual journey, not only having that strong connection, but it'll also be a time where you can have some relief. Okay, I do feel like there's going to be release energy here. There's going to be a calmness. There's going to be a, I am now stronger because of what I've gone through. And I now, I know what I know, and I know that I can get through anything this world, this universe has to throw at me. Not to say that it's going to be throwing anything at you, just that there's a lot of strength with this king right now. So the king of Raphael, king's underlying energy is that air energy. Aquarius, Gemini, and it is Libra, so thought processes, thinking things through. Raphael is the water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, and that Pisces. And, there's a lot of mysterious energies going on with that Pisces between Neptune and also with Jupiter. Now, Neptune is still in a stationary energy, so it is kind of making you look at your emotions a little bit more. You have a choice. Do I stay in this? There is a choice here too. Do I stay in the pity pot or the pity party, or do I move, or do I just grasp the gold rings? Do I just say there's more here for me and I am going for something wonderful in my life? That's what I want for my Capricorns, okay? Okay. Warm, generous, honorable, refined. Yes, it's safe to trust. And a lot of times when I see this king, I'm like, oh, not quite there yet. But for you, my Capricorn, it is safe to trust. It is safe. I kind of feel like, oh my gosh, I wish I was using my John Holland, because I feel like there's a hand up for you. There's a spiritual and a physical and even maybe all the other things you need hand up in life. Yes, it's safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. Believe in yourself. Follow your passion. Okay, next card reversed again. The Five of Raphael. Now, the Five of Raphael is a very contemplative energy here. It's very much looking at my past, looking at my future. Five has some change energy here. Okay, positive or negative. Now, sometimes the Five of Cups can be kind of a, oh, what am I going to do here? I really don't know. I don't know. You see somebody, they're looking at these cups that have fallen. They don't see the cups that are filled behind them. I'm really feeling like this is one of the times for you, my Capricorns, that you're really realizing that things could have been worse. And now you're not just grasping, you're holding on to a better future. Okay? So there is something about, don't cry over spilled milk. Everything happens for a reason. But there is also, between these two cards, there's a connection where you're coming to an acceptance of that. But because you come to the acceptance, I feel like this is now the time, not to say that kind of like that stationary kind of, this is the time for you to now move on again. This is a time for you to start that chapter and get ready. Because I think, like I said, now when Pluto does all its stuff with Aquarius and such and kind of goes back and forth, I think that it's going to like expand your thoughts, expand your mind. Okay? Everything happens for a reason. Release regret, and it's good to do that in the full moon. Embrace opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. I think you're seeing that more and more, my Cappies. Okay? Here we go. Reversed again. The King of Michael. So we've got the two kings. Now the king, again, this is sword energy. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Aquarius, Saturn, I talked about that in the beginning. Saturn, was it squaring something? I don't know. But Gemini is the full moon. And again, a lot of people are saying it's an angry moon. Or no, I shouldn't say a lot. I read it. I read one or two people. It's an angry moon. I think it's a very strategic moon. I think it's going to light some fires. I think it's going to show some direction. I think it's going to get people to stand up and to just say, we're going to go a new way. Now, sword energy, thought processes, hearing news. It could be about hearing news. But the King of Michael, King of Swords, once he sets his sight, he starts moving towards that. Okay? And that's what's happening for you, my Capricorns. It's kind of like, again, it's like enough is enough here. And this is, again, with your spiritual awareness. You're never really alone with you're never alone on your journey. You need to make sure, again, I keep getting this, this one of my John Holland, it's where they're holding on with partnerships. And it's like you're holding on and you're moving forward. Okay? Okay. So, principled, rational, ambitious, respected. Wisdom and objectivity are important now. You still have the emotional, but now it's like you're seeing things. Your eyes are opening. You're thinking things. You're clearer in your path. Okay. A situation that calls for honest and open in communication. Oh, I forgot. Stay in your integrity. Interesting. So you've got Kings. Kings, the court cards for the fire signs were really strong, and now the court cards are strong for you. It's an elevated energy for you. It's an elevated, the king is the ruler. So let's see. Guardian angels. What do you have for our Capricorns here? Yeah, I just feel like sitting up straighter. I feel more determination. I feel more strength of purpose. So let's see. I like that for my Cappies. I do. I love that for my Capricorns. Now, I have a lot of Capricorns in my life, so I'm not sure how that'll work but here we go. Now, this is the Chariot. This is 7. 7 is a divine number, so you have a 5-7-7-5 energy. Umbrella, intervention, interference, all of the divine. This is also something fast. Whenever I see the Chariot, the time period is going to be faster. So if it was supposed to be 5 years, it's 2. If it's supposed to be 5 months, it's 2. If it's supposed to be 5 days, it's 2. Okay? Don't know why I'm getting the 5-2, but it just happens that much quicker. Okay, so be open to success. Look at all the wonderful things you can do when you listen to your divine guidance. Like I said, there's a strong spiritual connection here. You've balanced so many different priorities and have come out a winner. You might not have thought that, but you really did, my Cappies. There will be a lot of recognition and praise headed your way, but don't be shy. Yeah, and never, if something's coming your way that's this positive energy, accept it and say thank you. Allow others to shower you with the gratitude you deserve. Love that for you, my Cappies. Don't dismiss it, because when you're dismissing it, when you're being gifted and you dismiss it, it's like the gift isn't worth anything. So you accept the gift. You say thank you. You say thank you, my Capricorns. Okay, let's see. Inspirational wisdom from my angels and fairies. Fairies and angels for my Capricorns. Let's see. What do we have for our Capricorns? Oh, divine energies. Divine energies. What do we have for our Capricorns? Okay, this one's reversed. Twilight magic. Oh, she relaxes me a little bit. Let's see what she says. You may feel that you cannot move forward in life, but you are blessed, so move on with love. You may feel you cannot move forward in life, but you are blessed, so move on with love. I like that. Say thank you, move on with love. Okay, crystal and energies, crystals or energies for my Capricorn. What do we have here? What do we have here for you? What do we have here? Let's see. Reversed. Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye is very interesting energy. I've always liked Tiger's Eye. Luck in new ventures, willpower, creative flow, overcoming fear. And if you watch the introduction, like I said, fear is a tool. It's a tool, people. Anyway, it keeps you from attracting the love. It keeps you from attracting prosperity. So, my Capricorns, do what I like down there, please, to like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell. It really helps when you do that. It's so tremendous. I thank you. As always, though, my Capricorns, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.